Всем привет, это прохождение Kingdom Come Deliverance. Сегодня мы возвращаемся к прохождению основного сюжета и на повестке дня выяснить, что же произошло с Нойховым, допросить пленника и встретить старого друга Матея. Это тот самый друг, один из трех, который был с нами в деревне, вместе с Матушем и Фрицегом. Правда, еще сначала найти будет нужно к пленникам. Вообще никого не видно. Это произошло как раз после того, как мы спасли Прибыславицу. Вот. Убили полчища просто и разбойников, и половцев. Но, видимо, их часть смогла сбежать и напасть здесь. Ну, кстати, здорово, что вот местные жители, крестьяне, они смогли от них отбиться. И получается, нападавший отряд был, ну, наверное, совсем маленьким, не знаю, если крестьяне отбились. Где мне найти Матея, мне интересно. Вроде сама подозвала и сама отвали. Непостоянная женщина. Блин, как бы до утра не пришлось ждать вообще сейчас. О, ты кто? Это не Матей, это крестьянин просто, наверное. Дозорный.
What's happened here? Things are bad. Very bad. First we get attacked by them brigands, barely come out of that alive. And now, the plague. Plague, you say? Indeed so. Something's up with the village. Even the livestock are dying. It's a gruesome sight.
I'm looking for Matthias. He works as a stable hand at the stud farm.
Matthias. The brigands got him. Poor lad.
О.
He's lying wounded at the stud.
Не, это плохо, конечно, но зато теперь мы знаем, где он.
I heard the bandits didn't get very far here, though.
Luckily, young Straw saw them still over by the cross and woke the whole village. We even captured one. He's tied up now at Melikar's place. But then...
Мелихар.
Who attacked you?
I don't know. Some bandits. Ever since Skullets was raised, they've been marauding the whole province.
Did you put up a fight?
We most certainly did. Once Melikar heard young Straw shouting to the hills, he handed everyone a pitchfork.
Мелихар какой-то крутой, походу.
Good on you. How did it turn out?
We gave them what for until they turned tail and ran. But they cut up young Straw something awful. He didn't live to see morning.
А, я думаю, в смысле убили Солому, если он только что... Ну, в смысле, плохо ранили, видимо, раз он сидел за столом, только что ел. Это, оказывается, старший батя его был.
Who are Melekar and Straw?
That's right, you're not from around here, are you? Melikar's the one looking after things round here now. Before that, it was down to Smill from the Neuhoff stud. But they killed him that time they raided the place. And young Straw is the son of Andrew, a local woodcutter. Or was, I should say. The bandits saw to that. His old man isn't taking it well.
Неудивительно.
Where will I find Melekar?
If you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, Melikar's is the house on the left.
I'd like to talk to Straw.
I see. Well, if you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, you'll see Straw's house on the right.
Ну, я, конечно же, это все не запомню.
Tell me more about this plague. It sounds terrible.
Worse than you can imagine. The whole stud, livestock, sheep, chickens, all dead or dying. No doubt the people will be next. Melikar's old woman's taken to her bed, and it doesn't look good. Straw's wife and
Чума прям какая-то.
more and more.
I'm sorry to hear it.
Так, еще раз. Давай быстренько.
Where will I find Melekar?
If you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, Melikar's is the house on the left.
Смотришь через дорогу, его дом будет слева.
I'd like to talk to.
I see. Well, if you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, you'll see Straw's house.
А, что как-то объясняет совсем просто. Один слева, другой справа.
I need to talk to that captive.
Sorry, no one's allowed in.
But I'm Sir Radzig Cobbler's envoy, and I urgently need to question the captive.
I don't care if you're the Pope's envoy. I can't. If you want to talk to the captive, you have to get. Take care now.
А он, смотрите, тут умеет, Мелихар. Так, для начала Матей нужен. А он где-то в конюшне. Но я его не вижу. Где он? О!
Hal? You're a sight for sore eyes. What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, Matthias. Sir Radzig sent me here to investigate the raid.
Sir Radzig? Looks like you've come up in the world, mate. You're here as his envoy?
He took me into his garrison.
Hal, the blacksmith's boy, in the service of his lordship. Who'd have ever thought it? My luck hasn't been so good.
If you survived, that's something to thank God for.
True enough. If I were in your shoes, I'd get the hell out of here. There's some disease spreading.
Disease?
Folk are saying it's the plague. Whatever it is, it's bad. It started the day after the raid. First the horses got sick, then other animals, and now people are falling ill too.
Damn!
Или сами вот эти разбойники были заразными, или они каким-то образом отравить умудрились.
Are you alright?
Well, at least I haven't caught the sickness.
But you've been hurt.
It happened during the raid. One of those damn bandits fell on me, horse and all. My arm's badly broken, but better than a broken neck.
Tell me about the raid.
What do you want to know?
I hear one of the raiders was taken captive. I'd like to question him.
Aye, old Melechar let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's locked up in the barn. But be careful.
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his old man's sharpening his sickle for him. Melechar still hasn't decided what to do with him.
I understand Old Straw wants revenge, but first I have to question that bandit. What happens after is no skin off my nose.
Good luck then.
Can you describe the raiders?
I don't know. They came at dusk, so you couldn't see their faces. About 20 of them. They weren't humans, though. They spoke Czech.
You talked to them?
No. They were shouting at us. They were very sure of themselves to begin with, but when we hit them in the woods, they didn't look so brave.
I know you've got courage enough for any man, but how did a bunch of untrained villagers manage to hold off armed bandits?
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Melikar, who roused the whole village, and everyone grabbed what they could. Pitchforks, axes, flails, and we went out to face them.
What? You mounted an assault against them?
Aye, and that was the key. It was the last thing those whoresons expected. A few of them still managed to break through to the village, probably wanted to torch it. But even the women here were armed with what they could find, and they took the bastards by surprise.
Крутая деревня.
About this sickness. When did this plague start?
The day after the raid, the horses were lying down in the stable, so by afternoon, they were all dead. Then other animals started getting sick, one after the other, and then people.
What are the signs that someone's getting sick?
I don't leave the house much, but folk complain of fever and shakes. Some are throwing their guts up, and others are spewing from the other end.
Has anyone died from it?
Aye, old Verba. Although he was already on his last legs, so no one knows for sure if it was the plague that got him. Either way, the animals are dropping like flies, and people will end up the same for sure.
Who's ill now?
I don't know. What with my arm the way it is, I don't go outdoors much. But I know Melikar and Straw have sick ones at home.
Can I ask you a bit about Merkel yet?
I haven't been here long enough to learn much, but ask away.
Can you tell me something about Old Straw?
He's a woodcutter, tough as they come and a hothead. He's been out of his mind since his boy died.
That's normal to grieve, though.
Depends how you look at it. Folk are afraid he'll snap or drink himself to death. What's worse, his wife caught the sickness, and he's not taking care of her.
Паршиво.
What's Melikar like?
The locals look up to him. Smill used to be in charge here, but he was killed in Neuhof.
I know.
Sir Hanush hasn't had time to appoint a new vassal, and folk need someone to speak for them, so they picked Melikar.
Thank God you had someone here who could take the reins.
Aye.
Типа вообще пофиг, кто ведет толпу. Наоборот, мне кажется, человек, который ближе к ним приближен, он больше сможет решить, что им нужно и как нужно, а не тот, кто выше их на несколько там голов. Да и... Ну, особенно если он как бы не глупый, а сообразительный парень. Вообще спокойно. Так, вот находится солома. В смысле?
Hey, who's there?
Hey, what the? Clear off before I call a cat's pole.
Да успокойся. Так, не понял. Мне какое-то местоположение показывают, что ли? А, вот это.
Are you Melikar?
Aye, that's me.
I need to speak with the prisoner.
And why is that? Who might you be?
Henry, envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla. I'm here to investigate the attack.
I'm sorry. I have other things on my mind right now. In case you hadn't noticed, we have pestilence raging here. And Sir Radzig won't help us with that. Any more than he helped us when we were attacked.
Ну, верно говорит, но...
No one could have known what would happen.
If Sir Radzig hadn't pissed off into the woods and stayed in the camp, they would never have dared attack us.
If Sir Radzig hadn't gone into the woods, he'd have left so many to attack here that you'd never have fought them off.
It makes no odds now. We've a different problem to deal with.
If there's anything I can do, just tell me.
There's a stable hand living with us here, Matthias.
Yes, I know him.
And he knows some girl who helps out in the monastery infirmary. Johanka, I think her name is. She might know something.
Помню.
If she's actually there.
Кстати, вроде как Матей влюблен в эту Юханку. Ну ладно, чё ж.
Very well. I'll go to the monastery. It's probably our best hope.
Хотя надо было второй вариант выбрать.
At least for taking the trouble. But then, even if you cared nothing for us, the prisoner's got the pestilence too. He'll die without help.
If I have to go to the monastery, I need to know as much as possible about the disease. I'll definitely need to know its symptoms. They're bound to ask me that.
It's hard to say. My wife is feverish. Others have the chills. I heard some are throwing up. Others still are breaking out in sores. But why don't you see for yourself? People talk a lot and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Very well. I'll make the rounds.
I've daubed lime on the afflicted houses. But don't stay too long in those homes.
That I can promise you.
Good luck to you.
Так, ну, во-первых, его жена. Я сейчас вряд ли с кем-то вообще смогу поговорить, с учетом того, что спят. Но в любом случае нужно искать белую известь. Сейчас, я думаю, пару вариантов перебрать. Если не получится, то уже это. Подождать до утра просто. Я вообще не понимаю, чем это место интересно. Да ладно. И я вернулся туда, куда уходил, да? Не понял. Тут что, метки есть? Так, это значит, что вот эти домики. Ну, давай слева. Ага.
Jesus, lad, what are you doing here? Can't you see the plague cross on the door?
I'm here because of it. The monastery sent me to help.
God bless you, boy. It's about time.
I need to know exactly what you're suffering from.
Oh, I see. Well, I have a dreadful fever. My wife, too. I recall almost nothing of yesterday. I was raving for most of it.
Is there anything else? Apart from the fever?
Well, forgive me for saying so. It just pours out of me. I can't keep anything in. I'm completely worn out. My wife's the same.
You have my thanks. I'll try to bring help.
Wait a minute, will you? I have one favor to ask.
So tell me.
I need to write my will. Can you write?
I might manage that.
Excellent. So get writing.
Yes.
I, Vincent, son of Vincent, grandson of Vincent of Mehoyed, do bequeath my estate and all my worldly goods to my wife Wilma. If my wife were to pass away with me, I bequeath all to my cousin Dobesh, at this time the cobbler in Yanovitz. In no event shall my prodigal son Elia, the layabout and good-for-nothing, inherit a single groschen, all customs and traditions aside.
Should I write that too?
Yes, and then write, the executor of my last will is to be my good friend.
Anything else?
This will was written down by...
Henry, presently in fealty to Sir Radzig Cop...
Well, I never. That will add some weight. Here, take my ring so Fabian will know it.
Your son Elijah. What did he do to you?
Christ almighty. Trying to interfere, are you? What did he do? Everything. Last we heard he was some jackhand in Sasso. Boozing, playing dice.
Where can I find...
Well, where do you think?
All right.
Yes. Go now. Go...
Так, получается жар и диарея. Окей. Так, справа, сзади что-то еще есть. Нет, ничего нету. Это что такое? Ну вот, около 3 домов еще осталось. Как с ними-то поговорить? А может быть утром сюда вернуться? Так, еще 3 дома.
What? Have you come for my wife? You're out of luck. I'm old Straw, don't you know? Straw! You've taken my son. But you shan't take...
Че, ёбнулся совсем уже?
You bastard.
I've come to help your wife.
To help her over to the other side. Isn't that God's own truth?
I'm sorry that they killed your son. I truly am sorry. But if you don't want that disease to take your wife, you'll let me see her right away. I can help her.
I don't want her taken, no.
There. You see?
What? Are you a quack?
Something like that.
Then go to it. Go!
Fever. Just like Melichar's wife.
Make
Fever. Just like Melichar's wife. Fever. Just like Melichar's wife.
Да что?
Baby.
Ну короче, у двоих жар. У одного из двоих еще и диарея. Так, впереди есть домик и справа есть домик.
Brother, dearest brother, is that you?
No, I'm not your brother.
Then go away. I want my brother. Brother, my brother, where are you?
Farewell.
Hitch up the white horse and my chestnut one. Punished? For what? You got it. Why are you waiting me? Go away. Shit. Enough. Brother.
Yes, it's me, your, brother.
Everyone is nearly here. We need to
Ну, вообще у чувака крыша поехала.
Brother? How are you feeling?
Wait, you're not my brother? You're one of those brutes. Brother, lock the door. They're back again. Please, God, no.
Brother, don't you recognize me? It's me. I'm your brother. I was gone for a long time. I've come back home for Advent, remember?
Yes. Yes. I remember. Give me a drink of water, brother. I'm thirsty. Terribly thirsty. I feel like I'm burning in hell. I can drink a pitcher of water and right away I'm parched again. Good luck to you.
Тоже жар получается. Окей. Так, и последний домик остался. Вот чуть справа.
Such a senseless one. Who are you? Can't you see we have the plague cross on the door?
My name is Henry. I'm going to the monastery to get help.
It's long past time. The Lord's already taken my poor Anthony. And what do you want from me?
I need to know how the illness afflicted your husband.
Yes, I'll tell you everything. But first help me bury my husband. I'm too weak.
Tell me first. I need to go around other infected houses too. But then I'll be back and I'll help you.
Thank you. But please do come back. I can't do it alone. My husband had the fever all over.
Anything else?
He had great pains in his belly. He said it felt like it'd been stuffed with rocks. He was writhing all night through. It must have hurt terribly.
Thank you.
Жар, диарея и боль в животе. Так, сейчас я хочу чуть-чуть отклониться, то есть выполнить эти побочки, чтобы просто потом не забыть, что это, зачем это, о чем это. Все? А, господи. Да в смысле? Опа. Да господи, где же эта калитка-то? По всей деревне с трупом идти. Ничего, все.
Will you please tell me about it?
Certainly, my husband had.
Anything else?
He had great pains in his belly. He said it felt like it'd been.
Thank you.
Так, окей. Теперь надо узнать насчет наследия. Да, тебя мне ничего не надо. Ну твою мать.
What's that? Do you want something?
Эй, доставучие какие. А вот самое обидное, что время зря просто потрачено. Даже вот поспать-то негде было.
Father, Vincent Verhoyed sent me to you.
What's the matter, my son?
I'm looking for his son, Elijah. They say he's living here in Sasau.
Ah, yes. Elijah. He's holed up here somewhere. Most like.
Thanks for the advice.
Good luck to you.
Так, короче, прямо.
I'm not surprised. Betty was always good with her hands.
You're right there. Anyway, I showed a couple of pieces she made last time to old Honda from Tabor, the one I buy goods from. And he's right to make a mistake.
I'm honored that.
I'm looking for an odd jobber.
From Verhoyed? Yes, I know. I haven't seen him yet today, but he comes here almost daily. He's bound to show up.
Ah. Are there any problems?
Nothing I've heard about. I think we... Take care now. Good luck to you.
Че, переночевать даже нельзя?
Jesus Christ.
Что за место вообще за такое? О, можно в купальню пока сбегать. А, окей, вообще не в ту сторону пошел.
God grant you.
I'd like to
Uh-huh.
get myself.
I'm sure you. Goodbye.
Красавец. С кровавым топором только. Так, я опять потерял корчму. А, сзади. Вот это он? Нет, не он. Его еще нету?
I'm looking for Murho yet. I haven't seen. Ah. May the Lord watch over you.
Че, опять нету?
Take care now.
Я вообще этих приколов не понимаю. Где тут Элиаш? Ты мне то же самое сейчас скажешь?
I'm looking for an odd jobber here. Elijah's his name.
From Murho yet? I haven't seen him yet today, but he comes here almost daily.
Ah.
Take care now.
Я начинаю жалеть о том, что я решил сделать по-хорошему. Хочется просто уже пойти, отнести это завещание и забить. Блин, этот урод появится вообще... О, будь ты, будь... Нет, это не ты. А ты скажешь то же самое, да? Да. Блин, даже в кости никто не играет. Что за вот тухлое место вообще? Ну, кстати, они сейчас закрываться уже просто будут. О, господи, наконец-то.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Are you Elijah?
That's me. Why?
I have your father's last will and testament on me.
So my old man's kicked the bucket, has he?
Not yet, but he's at death's door.
That is certainly interesting to hear. But let me ask you this. Who the hell are you and how come you turn up here with father's will? Anyway, the old miser won't leave me even a piss pot.
He's disinherited you. But if you return home, he might change his mind.
Go back home? Not a chance. Let him choke on his bloody money.
People come to see things differently on their deathbed. You might regret that one day.
By Christ, who are you anyway? You sound like a preacher.
You don't have to go back for good, but you ought to say farewell to your father.
To hell with him. But I suppose you're right. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Farewell.
Ну, как-то вот прям легче чуть-чуть на душе после такого. Че, все-таки надо подписать, да? Нет, перескочил. Вот этот диалект, конечно, как будто блеванул. Так. Чтобы попасть во двор, нужно обижать всю эту поляну. Чтобы попасть в храм, нужно обижать другую внутреннюю поляну. Где?
Father,
What's the matter?
I'm bringing Vincent's last will and testament.
Almighty Father, be merciful. What happened?
Master Vincent has been taken seriously ill. A disease has spread in Merheim.
Yes, I did hear that people are sick and stuff, but Vincent is still alive?
Yes, for now.
Let us hope the good Lord will leave him here with us a while longer. Thank you for bringing it to me. If Vincent passes on...
Thank you, Father.
Farewell.
Так. В храм. А я Ханке в свое время очень много помогал.
I don't know if you've heard about it, but Merhoyad was attacked.
Oh God! How is Matthias?
Wounded in the arm. He's being brave about it, but his injury looks bad.
I need to see him.
Before you go, there's something else.
What?
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyad. Their livestock has died off, and now the people are coming down with it too. I thought maybe someone here might know what to do.
Merciful heavens. How awful. It's a good thing you've come here. If there's any hope, this is the place to find it. You need Brother Nicodemus, the monastery physician. He may know how to deal with it.
Very well, I'll try to find him.
Come back when you know more.
Thank you, Johanka.
Сейчас, секунду. Хочу зелень несколько сделать. Сейчас быстренько отмечу себе.
I can't sleep again.
Так, окей. Так, валериана и мята. А еще полынь и белладонна. Что много прям. Так. Ага, прикол. Я не то нажал. Так, спиртное, валериана и 2 мяты. Измельчи мяту. Орёт. Сколько там ее кипятить? Один оборот всего кипятить. Что дальше? Добавь валериану и кипяти в течение 2 оборотов. Дистиллируй. Окей. Так, 2, да, оборота? Окей. Я думаю, должно хватить. Ну и все, дистиллировать. Ну, должно было получиться. Да, шикарно. Такого. Все. Так, отлично. Что у меня по итогу? Много их получилось? Штук 8. А трава 9. Ну, пока хватит.
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Your Hanka said that you might be able to advise.
A disease, you say? How intriguing.
Intriguing? It's terrifying.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound uncaring.
All right. The important thing is whether you can help us.
I can't say at this point. I need to find out a little more. Tell me, has the whole village come down with it?
Нет.
No, I mean, not yet. Several households have, around half the village.
Merhoyed? Isn't there a stud farm there? And what of the animals? Did they get infected too?
Yes, there's a stud farm. And they've all died off. The horses, the cattle, chickens, and now it's got to the people.
That is most intriguing. Sorry, I mean to say it's most unusual. Do you know the symptoms?
Yes, more or less.
Excellent. I have several extensive volumes here in the library. Describe the epidemic, including the symptoms, and we could take some guidance there. Can you read?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. So
Книги нам не помогут. Гениально вообще.
So, where shall we...
Evidently there's something amiss in the digestive tract.
In the what?
The digestive tract.
Right.
The trouble lies between the mouth and the asshole.
Uh-huh. Sure. Just so.
We can rule nothing out at this stage. You look in the Breviarum de Sickness Causa. It's a renowned manuscript from Salerno, written by one Johann of St. Paul.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunately for you, our brother librarian is translating these momentous medical works. Study the breviary carefully and compare the symptoms. I'll try the proven classics, Avicenna and his Canon Medicinae, and Galen's magnum opus, the art.
Take care.
Breviarium de Sinis Causis. Это оно? Ага, сейчас я знаю точно, ну конечно. Ладно, надеюсь, это она. Известно, что тело человека вмещает 4 гумора: кровь, желтую желчь, черную желчь и флегму. Если они соразмерны, человек здоров и бодр, однако при переизбытке одного из гуморов он застаивается в теле, нарушает его равновесие, приводит к хворям или даже смерти. Избыток слизи, к примеру, может также привести к дифтерии. Тело стремится избавиться от слизи путем кашля, просит судорожного и резкого. Горло и рот покрываются язвами и болячками, что тревожит больного и осложняет прием жидкости. Эта невыносимая мука лишь усугубляется лихорадкой и зачастую ужасным самочувствием. Несколько дней спустя появляется сыпь. Люди часто заражаются при общении со страдальцем, однако заразе поддаются не все. Дифтерия не властна над животными, и они от нее не страдают. Но это не подходит, что животные-то умирают. Чума, вызываемая колебаниями черной желчи, проявляется самым разным образом. Среди ее проявлений лихорадка с жаром, сопровождающаяся судорожным кашлем, а порой и поносом. Но насчет кашля не уверен, но вроде там кашля пока подходит. Когда тело старается избавиться от переизбытка черной желчи, а также невыносимой жаждой, спустя несколько дней на теле возникают язвы на шее, под нижней челюстью, в подмышках и в паху. Позже появляются черные пятна на пальцах и носу, во рту, а также иных возвышенностях и впадинах, где застаивается скопившаяся желчь. Чума распространяется с человека к человеку, однако не все заболевают ей. Мелкие животные не страдают от чумы, однако крупные могут ей заразиться. Но это пока более-менее подходит. Переизбыток желтой желчи может привести к дизентерии, симптомы которой различны. Чаще всего это мучительный и обильный понос. Это подходит, в принципе, тошнота же, напротив, появляется весьма редко. Больного также мучит ужасная жажда, кишечные колики и лихорадка. Дизентерия передается от человека к человеку, однако животные не болеют. Однако есть и иные состояния, при которых внутренние гуморы приводятся в беспорядок, а кровь ослабевает. Одно из таких состояний – отравление, проявляющееся через... Однако есть иные состояния, при которых внутренние гуморы приводятся в беспорядок, а кровь ослабевает. Однако из таких состояний отравление, проявляющееся через лихорадку и забытье, болезненные желудочные судороги, понос и страшную жажду. Если человек отравлен испарениями, к примеру, в шахте, возле болот и в иных схожих местах, рядом с его ртом и носом часто появляется сыпь. Однако она не возникает, если яд оказался в еде или питье. Отравление не передается между людьми или животными, однако, если они пьют, к примеру, из одного источника, пострадать могут и те, и другие. Причем животные зачастую прежде людей. Вот это больше всего похоже. Какие-то внутренние гуморы. Окей. Последнее. Любопытный пример нарушения равновесия полостных жидкостей – пляска святого Вита. Проявляется она в том, что больные пускаются в дикий пляс, скачут и вертятся вокруг своей оси. Также они могут петь, кричать или громко стенать. Двигаются они словно околдованные и бродят за бытие. Они могут танцевать дни напролет, недели или даже месяцы. Чаще всего пока не упадут от истощения или не умрут. Некоторые также могут сбрасывать одежду и предаваться плотским грехам. Жесткая болезнь. Однажды хворь оставила танцоров, когда они упали с моста в реку. Те, кто не погиб от падений и не утонул, пришли в себя и прекратили танцевать. Говорят также, что пляска это чрезвычайно заразна, однако действует лишь на людей, но не на животных. Больных пляска святого Вита, пытавшись всего лишь животных, свои коленца лишь легали и кусали. Окей, и у нас остается внутренние гуморы приводятся в беспорядок, и кровь ослабевает. внутренние гуморы приходят в беспорядок, а кровь ослабевает.
I think I have it.
Yes? And what do you make of it?
Подожди, это отравление воды, правильно? Ну, видимо, вода.
I think I have.
Yes?
It's poisoning from tainted water.
Really? That sounds rather unlikely. But if Master Johann of St. Paul's says so, who am I to contradict him? We shall have to prepare some medicine at once.
I could help with that.
Really?
Yes. I know my way around the alchemistic arts.
An ordinary fellow who knows the arts of physic? Who would have thought it? Excellent. I'll give you the recipe, and you have my permission to make use of the monastery laboratory.
I'll get started right away.
I, meanwhile, shall head straight to, where was it again?
Merhoyed.
Oh, yes, Merhoyed. I'll take Johanka with me. She has no equal in caring for the sick. Once you have the medication ready, hurry after me.
Thank you, Brother Nicodemus. There's one man there who needs your care more urgently than anyone. He's an important witness in the investigation of some murders.
Out of the question. I shall spend time with the sick in order of their medical needs, not your worldly needs.
See you later.
Так. Какой рецепт он мне дал? Приготовь лекарство. Сейчас, секундочку. А где задание-то? Приготовь лекарство. Он же сказал, что оставит мне рецепт. Послание для пана Рацика. Указание еретика. Трактат по медицине. О, господи, нет, это что-то старое. Блин, я не понимаю, мне противоядие просто нужно сделать или что? Ну, есть противоядие. О! Мархаецкое зелье. Отлично. 1 уголь, 1 валериана и 2 чертополоха. Где мне это взять? Уголь, валериана и чертополох. Ладно, я возьму, это мне пригодится. Нифига себе. Так, отчанка тоже вроде нужна. И это, и это, и это, и это, и это. Ну и это. По весу, наверное, прилично сейчас. Да. Так, ну давай. Блин, паршиво будет, если я предложил свою помощь и не справлюсь.
I just won't get any sleep.
Так, окей. Чистую воду. Ага. Брось 2 горсти чертополоха в котел и кипяти 2 оборота. Окей. Ненавижу свою память. Так, просто 2 горсти чертополоха и 2 оборота кипятить. Да, не более. Окей, что дальше? Добавь валериану и кипяти в течение 1 оборота. Дай остыть. В самом конце добавь уголь, но не кипяти. Не хочу рисковать, пусть совсем уж остынет. Ну и все. Ладно, пожалуй, на этом хватит. Но скоро мы продолжим.